A lease amendment form is a document added to a rental agreement sometime after a tenant began occupying the property that legally changes something about the lease and tenancy. In this video, we'll overview a few important things to know about lease amendments, as well as where to get an official template. First, it's easy to get confused between two similar sounding words, so let's clear up the difference between an addendum and an amendment. An addendum is a document attached to an original lease. It's typically created when a tenant first signs a lease to rent a residence. An amendment is a change made to the lease at a later date, sometime after they've started living in the residence. Using official documents to amend the lease is very important because it equips the lease with legally binding records and signatures. If a tenant and landlord gave a verbal agreement about a situation but changes their mind later, there would be no hard copy evidence to back up the agreement if it was challenged at a later date. Now, let's go over some use cases for lease amendments. There are a lot of different reasons to amend a lease, but the most common cases are adding a pet, adding or removing a tenant, extending a lease or converting it to a month-to-month agreement, increasing or even decreasing rent, and forgiving rent for an agreed upon period of time, usually due to a serious matter. What's included in a lease amendment? The stipulations in lease amendments will depend on what you're using the form for, but generally all lease amendment documents will have a minimum of the following: the property address, the name of each party, a description of the new amendment, the start date for the new amendment, and signatures of each party. Were eForms the biggest database of legal documents? Access your legally binding templates for nearly every type of lease amendment at the link below.